I'm over at oneworldscam.com. I found an article that I want to share with you, and it's documented proof that there are plans underway to depopulate the planet of humans by 90%. You heard me right, 90%. It's a goal of the United Nations. I'm going to skip through the article very quickly. It's a very long page. I'll put a link up for you. And I'll just give you some highlights. The depopulation agenda is based on nature worship or Gaia worship. The basis for the depopulation agenda is a standard all elitist hold dear. This standard is called the Hegelian dialect. Problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem, cause a reaction, offer a solution. And they're very successful at this. There's so many different agencies involved. So many different people, so many different agencies. It's just staggering to the mind. UNESCO, the United Nations Education, Science, and Cultural Organization. William Benton said, as long as a child breathes the poisoned air of nationalism, education, and world-mindedness can produce only precarious results. The family infects the child with extreme nationalism. This is how they look at things. It's a very sick, twisted way. The Club of Rome, the First Global Revolution, 1991. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. The real enemy, then, is humanity itself. And Michael Gorbachev said, we must speak more clearly about sexuality, contraception, about abortion, about values that control population, because the ecological crisis, in short, is the population crisis. Cut the population by 90%, and there aren't enough people left to do a great deal of ecological damage. Very sick, twisted reasoning with these folks. Very sick and twisted. Goes on to mention Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, 1946. There is, of course, no reason why the new totalitarian should resemble the old governments by clubs and firing squads, by artificial famine, mass imprisonment, and mass deportation is not merely inhumane, it is inefficient, and in an age of advanced technology, inefficiency is the sin against the Holy Ghost. Then he goes on to explain in his Population Explosion, 1959, and I'll get to the very end of that statement. All of these statements are extremely shocking. He says the reason is very simple. Death control, the control, for example, of infectious diseases can be accomplished by a handful of experts and quite a small labor force of unskilled persons, and requires a very small capital expenditure. So many horrible, horrible statements. It will just absolutely blow your mind when you go to this page and look at this documentation. This is a photo of Jacques Cousteau. And in the UNESCO Courier, 1991, he made this statement: in order to save the planet, it would be necessary to kill 350,000 people per day. Goes on and on. Bertrand Russell, David Rockefeller, Secretary of Defense William Cohen. And advanced forms of biological warfare that can target specific genotypes may transform biological warfare from the realm of terror to a politically useful tool. Richard Nixon believed in eugenics to prevent interracial breeding. Theodore Roosevelt felt that many people were unfit to produce children and did not want the average person to produce their own kind. Mentions the Georgia Guidestones. Margaret Sanger, who Hillary Clinton admires, was involved in this massive eugenics abortion scheme. Adolf Hitler, of course, said that food should be used as control, population control. Henry Kissinger. These are all merchants of death. I'll put a link up and you can go